Alright, we're going to see if we are live. It looks like we are in fact live here today with the ROX mods. It has been a very long month. A lot of race delays, primarily due to inactivity, but today seems to be a turnaround. We have a decent field today with 8 cars entered, although we do have a lot more people that have entered as qualifying. They will be scored as DNS points, including Jake here, who will be the flagman for the race. This is going to be a 90-lap feature. We're going to be doing 5 pace laps. It looks like Shibe is out of his car, so we are going to wait on him to get into his car. So, a reminder that the pace speed on the inside row is right. I remember that we have that issue. So, if that does become an issue, I'd like for you guys to overtake each other. We'll see. I don't think that's going to be an issue. That's okay. I'll handle it. Alright. So Shibe is back into his car. I think everyone is ready here. Again, this is your last opportunity to jump out. I don't think anyone is. I think everyone wants to get this one done, including myself. It's been a very long running in it. So that being said, the yellow flag is out on the racetrack. Go in the car, heavy goes. And Giram is asleep, but just go, just go, just go. Have some rubber banding, but it will fit itself as we wind down the laps. We need the outside row up here. Giram is having some lag issues, so we need Giram to get up. He is having a significant amount of issues. Alright. Outside row up. Outside row up. Doing good as we can. Could use some better pacing from Bandage and also Mitch. Mitch, the rookie, we need you up. Need the outside row up. Once again, Giram, too. Giram, if you go up a little bit more, you're a little bit behind Twin about a car length, so... Alright. Good there. Second row needs to move. Okay, I need Bandit up. I need Bandit up. Need Eris up, too. I need Mitch up. It's okay if the outside row is a little bit ahead on the start. You guys will probably be at a disadvantage anyways. So. That being said, 1 to go. Watch the lights. We need outside row up. The race is starts called off for another lap. That's a warning for Mitch. Do that again, you'll be moved to the back of the grid. Let's try this again. Again, Mitch, watch yourself. Band it up, band it up, band it up. And no cross until the start-finish line. Green flag's out in the air. And it's a good start. Aristonetta is cleared. As cars make their way, Giram side by side with Twin Turbo V6, and it is a beautiful backdrop there. Let's get a good looking thumbnail for this race. Oh, could that be a spinner? That is a near spinner. We'll keep it green though. He's going slowly, but we will keep it green. Meanwhile, at the front of the grid, there we go. Oh, loose by Shy, but he does manage to save himself. Oh, but Giram is gonna, we're gonna say green because he does keep on going straight. That was unfortunate, but he did manage to keep himself out of too much trouble. Probably not a preferred situation, but that could come in clutch later on. As here's Jackson Cook getting loose, but he is going to recover. Twin Turbo V6, meanwhile, the midget feature winner from a couple weeks back, is so far dominant in today's performance. Shibe 21, who was the fastest in practice, for today's race at least, running up in second place so far. Being tailed closely by his teammate, Mr. Bandit, but being tailed also closely is Nature Channel. 2 Californians there side by side out of turn number 4. As Bandit gets a run off the straight, but here's a crossover move with Nature Channel down on the inside. Now around the outside, can he make it a move stick here? I apologize for that brief moment of ear rape. Still side by side for the podium spot, as Arisneta running no practice here, closing in on Jason. Jason again with a very strong top 5 performance in today's 9-car field. As Guillaume has made his way past Jackson Cook, the 3 not so mellow yellow field now making up their own sort of cluster, as there's a crossover move between Nature Channel and Mr. Bandit. Meanwhile, Jason and Arisneta side by side, as well as Nature Channel and Mr. Bandit. Twin closing in on a lap car, but so far we've stayed quite green this race. There's been a couple of near misses, a couple of almost cautions, but they overall not spun out fully, so they kept things under control well enough. Arisneta gets ahead of Jason, so far seems to stick that way. It's the same thing for Nature Channel in his Monster Energy machine. Meanwhile, the yellow cars, all in a big cluster here. We will watch from Arisneta, as Arisneta clears the rest of the other 2 yellow cars. That's Guillaume now trying to make a move around the inside. Does stick it on Jason. And here's Guillaume to the inside of Arisneta. Arisneta goes wide. Sorry about that. And Guillaume will make a move. Meanwhile, Nature Channel closing in with Mr. Bandit potentially on Shive. I see some smoke from Twin, but it doesn't seem to be anything abnormal. So Guillaume has made his way all the way up into the top 5 now. Might be closing in. Again, he's a very strong performing driver, and unfortunately made a big mistake early on in today's race. And Twin is about to approach a lap car. Thankfully, these things are no collides, so this should not be an issue. If it is an issue, that'll be a red, but we'll see. So here is Twin closing in on the lap car. Mitch, I believe, on their debut ROX mod feature, still not doing too badly. Again, it's just been a very long running. I think they're the driver that just barely passed. And here's Twin now down the inside. Is there any action in the rest of the field? Jackson Cook has made his way past Jason. Bandit still in a scuffle with Nature Channel, but Guillaume might be able to capitalize on it as Twin about passes the lap car. So let's go to that battle for the top 3. Might turn into a 3-car battle here as Guillaume closing in onto the rear bumper of Mr. Bandit. As Guillaume is around, so is Nature Channel. Yellow flag out in the air, but here's the race back. It's going to be Twin Turbo V6. Second place is going to be Shy. Lap car could get his lap back. Third place is going to be Bandit. Arisneta going to be fourth place. Jackson Cook, Jason. We'll see who spun out between Nature Channel and Guillaume. But if you guys can get your lap back if you lost one. So lap car is going to be in the back of the field, even though they were not the cause of caution. We're going to see that race back and see who caused it. Because it looked like 2 cars spun out at about the same time. I'm going to say that the current order is good. Because Nature Channel and Guillaume spun out about the same time. So Guillaume will be behind Nature Channel. But you guys basically spun out at the same time. So we'll count it for what it is. Again, we are going to be single file here. I think we are good to go one more lap here until we go green. And I see that a driver from KRE has showed up today. That is Cavert. We need Airs to back up a little bit from Jackson and Jason to move up. Okay. Watch the lights here. Green flag's out. Allowed to pass Mr. Bandit. That was a bad start by him. Shive, meanwhile, gets a jump on Twin as they run side by side down the back straightaway. Again, today's 2 heaviest hitters. The one in the Lotus machine, the other in the Cadillac. See if anything changes as they go around turn number 4. As Shive gets loose, he saves it, but Bandit does not. We're going to go caution. Here is the race back. Your race back will go as follows. It's Twin Triple V6, Jackson, Cook, Arizona, Nature Channel. We will be watching between the two not so yellow cars. Behind that will be Shibe, Mitch, and then Bandit is unfortunately today's spinner. He will be one strike there. That's out of 3. I think this race is going to go by pretty quickly, though. We're already over a third the way through. Although we do have a great saying that cautions breed more cautions. That could definitely be the case here today. Alright, let's see who got that race back. We are reviewing it, and it looks like it's a very hard one to call, but I think Jason was just a hair ahead of the DDS car of Giram, so we are good in that order. I made Mitch to stay behind Shy, but we'll be going green next lap. Order is good. As long as we can pace properly. So, next lap, not this one. Lights go black on the racetrack. So make the way around turn number 4. Green flag. Shy, watch yourself. Okay, we are good on the start. No jumps to call. Ayrton is side by side with Jackson Cook. Again, she's ran without practice. In fact, she hasn't ran in about a month. She took a trip to New York. And here is her current result. A top 3. Potentially might get into the top 2. Might even challenge Twin if things go the way they are. Now, Shive is in a scuffle with his teammate Giram FX2 and Jason. Meanwhile, Bandit trying to get back what he's lost. Jackson's around, the yellow flag's out. Twin, Eris, Nature Channel, Giram will watch between Shive and Jason. We are under caution. It's going to be Bandit. So we'll see who caused that. That is Shive spins out, or sorry, that is Jackson Cook that spins out, so he'll be in the back of the field. Twin gets the race back. Second place is going to be Arizona. She spun out, but she will get second. Nature Channel could be third place. Giram is going to be in fourth. Fifth place is Shive. Then it's going to be Jason. After that will be Bandit, then Mitch, and then finally Jackson. So, are we in that order? Looks like we are. Alright, we're going to go green this lap. We're over halfway done. That is the cross flags right there, folks. Halfway done with today's race. Let's make the way down the backstretch. The green flag's out on the track. Well, allowed to pass Bandit. That was a bad start by him. No jump to call in the back of the field. Twin with a good-looking start there. Nutta's going to stay in second place, but Shive and Nature Channel not too far behind. Might be able to capitalize on some sort of situation here. In fact, here they are on the rear bumper. Potentially a 3-way battle here for the second place spot. Now down the front stretch. There's Netta closing in on Twin Turbo V6 little by little here. As next time by, we will have 30 laps to go. 40 laps ago. Side by side there for just a moment, but Giram has tapped the wall. That's cost him a bunch of speed. Nature Channel makes the move. And is in the top 4th place, but here's Giram with a run back. So Giram gets a spot back here, but then he'll tap the wall again. So that allows allows Nature Channel to get back, but Giram again, just the faster driver, able to catch up as long as he's not making mistakes like he has been here. Arizona is side by side with Shive for the top 2. With a couple battles to choose throughout the field. You also see one in the back of the field between Jason, Bandit, and Mitch. But up in the front, we might see 4 cars here. Arizona side by side with Shive. Shive's going to go a little bit wide and out of turn number 4. They still go side by side, but Shibe's going to get the better run. Shibe will get ahead. It's 3 wide in the back of the field. Meanwhile, Nature Channel and Giram still at it. Ariznet to the inside of Shibe. Cookie out of turn number 4, but Shibe with the crossover move down the inside. Ariznet is still down the inside. Shibe's going to take the high line. Crosses down to the inside, and it is going to work a little bit, but Ariznet will get it back on the exit. As this battle goes on, we're seeing what looks to be almost 3 wide action there for the second place spot. Now to turn number 4 and onto the front stretch. Twin is getting away with it, but Eris is going to fall back a little bit here. So she was running up in the front, has lost a bit here. Nature Channel gets loose, but he saves it. So does Eris with some of their own issues. Eris taps the wall again. She's going to lose 2 spots, 3 wide there for the 4th place spot. Jackson Cook is going to go wide. He hits the wall, loses a bunch of his pace. And we are going to call the caution here. So that's going to be Twin Triple V, Sitz, Giram, Shibe, Nature Channel, Ariznet, Mitch, and Bandit. And Jackson's going to be in the back of the field with a warning. I think Jason gets a slap back. And Jackson, I suspect, could be deliberate, but we'll check that one later on. What we do know is that you go from 5th place to the last place spot. If you could get your car back going, we'll correct you. If you could get your laps back. We need Shibe to move up here. We need our field to move up. We're going to check that grid, or check the results of that race back to see if they're accurate or not.
Yeah, there's a car in turn 4.
There's a car in turn 4. That is Giram FX2. If he disconnects, we'll call a red. We'll see. And he has, so we're going to stop on the backstretch. That's actually kind of going to help us out here because I'm trying to figure out the results of that. So I'll just stop your car single file. I know I normally don't call reds for people disconnecting, but I actually kind of need to figure out what that race back was anyways, so let's see. So upon the caution, that was Twin Turbo V6 in 1st place. 2nd place was Giram FX2. He will get a spot back when he rejoins. Shibe's in 3rd, Nature Channel in 4th place. Ariznet is going to take 5th place. And Mitch, actually, with a turn of events, taking up 6th place. 7th place is going to be Mr. Bandit. 8th place will be... So my internet actually went out, so that's ironically kind of convenient. Hopefully the stream didn't end because of that. If it is, we're just going to have to continue going. I think we're good. Let me hear if I can hear my voice. Yeah, so we are coming back here. So, worked out to have that red flag period because my internet just went out for a little bit. So let me just get back over there. Again, this is a 90 lap feature, so I'm going to fix that up. Is Giram back into his car? Yes. Alright. Make sure everything is up and ready on the stream. It is. So with that being said, we are good to go under caution again. We're going to fix the lap, so it's going to take a little bit to get going. Just go in the car as he goes, single file here. Somebody could pass someone, it would be appreciated. And somebody could, like, stop before the line so they get overtaken so we could fix this standing script. So can one of you guys please let a car pass? Can one of you guys please pass? Thank you, Bandit. Thank you, Bandit. Thank you, Bandit. That didn't help because you guys did not Okay. Could somebody pass the leader here? I think that's usually what fits it. So, just pass the leader and then stop your car and get back to where you were. All right. Huh. Cross the line again. Okay, it fits itself now. Alright. We'll go green this lap. Watch the lights. So we are gonna call it, call it. Yellow. I had a huge lag spike. I'm very sorry. We'll try that again. Get into your positions, please. Get into your positions. Okay, this time by. The green flag is out. Air's allowed to pass nature. That was a bad start. And is twin side by side, or sorry, not twin side by side. We have Shibe Cookie side by side with Giram FX2. He's going to make the move here. Actually closing on the leader, but he gets loose, and he is around. Yellow flag out once again. That's going to be, I think, his second strike. I believe. So you're going to have to watch yourself. Twin Triple V sits. Shibe, Nature Channel Airs, Bandit. We'll figure out the rest there. Just go off the board for now. So, Giram, you might want to watch yourself here. You're running close on a black flag. So we're going to look at that finish. That is Twin Turbo V sits. Shibe, Nature Channel in 3rd place. Airshot in 4th place. 5th place is Mr. Bandit. Jackson Cook barely finishing ahead of Mitch. Then it's going to be Jason, and then Giram. Is that confusing to anyone? Looks like we're in the right position, so we're going to try again this lap. We need Bandit up. Bandit, you've been having a lot of bad starts. Lights are black. Green flag on the racetrack. Shibe, watch yourself. Clean start. Shibe side by side for the lead here with Twin Triple V, with Twins as they make their way on to the front stretch. Twin with a good looking run down the inside, but can the Cadillac do anything to that Lotus? Twin is back down the inside, potentially getting his escape on Shibe, but Shibe gets a good run down on the front stretch. Twin tighter down through the turns, gets a good gap through the backstretch now to 3 and 4. Shibe looking around the outside. Shibe hits the wall, but no caution to call, unfortunately. There is still a chance with how many cautions we've seen. That was a great save by Shibe. Unfortunately, it was not there. He probably will be mad with me later, and I'll talk to him, because I understand, but didn't exactly fully stop there, so. Had you fully stopped, I probably would have, but don't. Alright. So Twin so far has a pretty clear field. Of course, if we get a late race caution, that'll lead to an overtime period. And you never know what could happen when that comes around. It's not something up there. Shibe down the inside. Does not stop though. Looks like things have gone from bad to worse for the Cadillac. And I think he's pulling it in. Alright, I'll talk to you after the race, Shibe. As there's 3 to go for Twin Turbo V6, a pretty clear track behind and ahead of him. Still not fully in the clear, and I know that's something he doesn't exactly want. As there's 2 laps to go for the 32 machine. Again, Heartbreak, as you can see the Cadillac there parked into the infield. And no cautions to call here. This will be how the race ends. White flag in the air. One more time for Twin Turbo V6, and he finally wins the longest race in SLC history. Nature Channel 2nd place, Giram FX2 in 3rd, Jackson with a 4th place, Harrison 5th, Bandit sits, 7th goes to Formula. Jason is going to finish from the rear, so if we could, we have a quick time to Giram, if we could have Twin to the front stretch, and my heart goes out to Shy. That's just absolutely painful, but didn't quite stop, so as per the rules. Just an absolute heartbreaker for him, but a triumphant car this week and had a pretty clean domination streak. That's going to be Twin Turbo V6. So we are going to unmute you, Twin. By far, one of the races ever in SLC. Took literally forever to get going. I mean, like, literally, like, weeks. 2 weeks. But it's finally done. So, you got a copy here, Twin?
Yeah, I'm here. That was definitely quite the race. I mean, I didn't get to see too much of it, unfortunately, but that looked so chaotic. Definitely might watch the replay or something. I just hear you commentate on so many battles. I'm like, what the heck is going on? What is going on? Like, it just seems like so much going on. I think we had like 4 yellow flags in 10 laps or something. I don't know what was going on, but there's just chaos, especially in the middle of the race. It's just, yeah, everyone was crashing. Everything was like, it must have been crazy to watch for anyone like watching on your stream or spectators or anything. They're just like, yeah, definitely a chaotic, but it's probably still a good race. I mean, I didn't see if there's any actual battles. I just know that there was like 24 crashes that happened behind me, but yeah, overall, race was alright. Just try to not make any mistakes, and you know, that's pretty much the name of the game. Pretty much, just don't make any mistakes, and you basically win. Oh, someone flipped it. Yo, someone flipped on the backstretch. I don't know who that was, but oh, that actually was cool. It was almost a barrel roll. It actually looks sick. But yeah, it's just a decent race for me. But definitely looked pretty chaotic, and yeah, I mean, I don't really know much else to say. It's just, yeah, it's nice, but definitely heartbreak for Shibe, though. I have to say that I literally see him one lap like right behind me, catching up to me, and I'm like, oh shoot, what do? I just got pushed and hope something happens. And then the next lap, I just see him just crawling to a halt, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Because like he was just behind me. Like the next thing you know, I was lapping him. Like what the heck? It just happened. I honestly feel so bad for him because he probably would have won today if he kept pace and didn't really make any mistakes. But that's just racing. You know, you can't really have those errors, and yeah, if you do, well, you lose a bunch of positions and you lose a race win. But I mean, it's really unfortunate. I honestly feel bad for him, but like at the same time, it's no one's fault but his, and I don't really want to be mean or anything, but like you can't really keep making those mistakes when you're fighting for a championship. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure next race he'll probably come out a lot stronger and probably try going for a race win then. But yeah, when it comes to stuff like this, it's unfortunate, but it's also like you can't really do that stuff. But yeah, anyways, congrats to everyone, and yeah, it's a fun race overall.
Alright, well, thank you there, Twin Turbo V6. Your streak of domination continues. We'll probably see that coming around in Richmond. One of your stronger tracks, and I mean, you're pretty much strong at every track, knowing you. But I think you got at least 2 wins there. You actually had a pretty historic battle with Shibe, I believe in 2022, when we went there. So, you know, anything could really happen. So, We're gonna see the rest. We're gonna see what the finish results were real quickly. I think I know who finished second, but I just want to make sure. It was in fact Nature Channel who makes a return. I think it's been a little bit of a while since you've last raced, but a very strong performance today, especially for going basically with only like a tiny bit of practice. Saw a P2, will get you 75 Robux later on the season on top of what I already owe you. So if you do have a copy here, Nature, how was that race looking for you? Looked like a lot of up and down, but at the end did go up a little bit at the end. But I want to hear from the man himself.
It was decent. I didn't have a whole lot of speed, but that's expected because I literally haven't done any practice in a ROX mod since last season. So it's like 7 months, I think, without any practice. So to finish P2 is kind of a blessing considering I was like the 6th or 5th fastest guy. But I think it was just minimizing mistakes for me for the result.
All right. I think you and Ayers also had a little bit of battle towards the later half of the race, and I think in the last couple laps definitely were to your advantage. So is there anything you'd like to talk about in that direction?
Yeah, I was pretty scared about the battle with Eris because I know she can like on any week be like the fastest person. So she's definitely stolen a few wins from me. So I was kind of concerned about her stealing another like position or something for me late in the race. But I think something happened to her. I'm not too sure. So yeah, again, it's just the consistency thing for me.
All right, but that's awesome to hear. Nature Channel, we hope to see you at a future race. That was a good performance today, and on top of the amount that I owe you, I'll probably just pay you that when I eventually do pay you. So, thank you there, Nature Channel. So next down the line was Arisnetta, finishing off in P3. She's been gone for a while. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but she's been gone for quite a while. But despite that, and despite basically getting no practice, still a top 3 today, which is going to help pay her later on in the year. So,
Wait, I finished MP3?
yeah, let me verify that.
Yeah, please check that because it confuses me. I could have sworn that I didn't, and I could have sworn that I got.
Sorry, it's another yellow card I mistook you for. It was Giram.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Do you want me
I
to
believe
interview
so.
anyways and skip off Jackson Cook, or do you want me to just do Jackson?
Yeah, do Jackson.
All right. Sorry about that, Eris. So Jackson Cook, so far one of the most local drivers here today, other than Jason, Indiana native. This track's not too far from you. I know this is probably one of the tracks on your eventual bucket list later on in life. So, a solid race, a lot of up and down, a couple of mistakes made, but overall a top 5 finish in a 9-car field, and ahead of a lot of other drivers that did enter this race. So, what do you have to say about today's race so far?
I died a couple times. Who? Hiram died a few times. Strive died a few times. My ROX mods flipped on the backstretch after Twins saw my magnificent stunt that I did. No, I'm not coming here to Plymouth because I don't like this track. I actually hate it. South one's better. Yeah. I'm taking laps right now. I'm a Fox Buddy. My favorite car in this entire league. I have no idea, Jake. I have no idea.
Alright, well, there's a lot to look up to in the coming couple of weeks. Of course, they do have a Berlin race right after Patriot Grand Prix. And that's one's going to be Richmond, though. It's going to be in 2 weeks,
Yep.
so you have high hopes for Richmond.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I haven't had the best of luck in Richmond through aero racing, but I'll try.
Alright, well, thank you there, Jackson Cook. Good to hear. Excited to see how Berlin's going to look, hopefully with the H chassis cars. Of course, the Rotsmans will be missing out that weekend, but there's still going to be a pretty darn solid lineup, we think. So, thank you there, Jackson Cook. We are now going to move on to Arisnetta. So Arisnetta here is the 5th place finisher. finishes behind Jackson Cook.
Yeah, there we go.
So, I'm sorry for the slight misjudgment there. Still had a lot of good runs there. I think there was a time where you're battling for the second place spot, even closing in on its win. So, for the amount of time you've missed out, still a very solid performance, just a little bit short at the end. Still a top 5, though, so not too bad, points-wise. So what is there to talk about today? I know this is a new track. I think you came here with no practice, so I think if anyone's got something interesting to say, it's going to be you.
I mean, yeah, I've never driven this track, like, at all before. Never even seen it. It was okay. I don't think I would say getting close to Twin. I don't think I got that close. And I feel like some of my struggles definitely came from not knowing the track. Because at many points I just found myself extremely confused on what lines to take. And the fact that the front stretch and back stretch have lines down the middle definitely confused me a lot of times. More than I would like to admit to. It was okay. I sometimes found myself topping out on third, which was interesting, because it didn't really happen every lap. It was weird. Only happened sometimes when I took a weird line that favored exit speed at the cost of severely compromising my entry or mid-turn. It's okay, I guess. I don't know. Nothing really exciting. For me, the race was more of just like trying to not die. Trying to like just keep myself together. And managing to scrape off with what I could, which in the end was still some, but not a lot.
So
I guess.
All right. So next race, of course, is Richmond. I think you have a lot of experience there, as well as the track preceding it, of course, being track loans. So you think there's going to be a little change around in your performance in the coming races?
Hopefully. I mean, the thing is, you say I have a lot of experience in Richmond, but the thing is, I know none of these tracks by name other than the ones I don't like. So you tell me South Bend and I go, oh yeah, that's South Bend. But you tell me Martinsville and I literally struggle to remember Martinsville.
Hot Dog Raceway.
Hot Dog Raceway. With the grandfather clock trophy.
That does not help at all. The only reason why I remember something like OAM is because it's boring, big, and high bank. But you can tell me like, I can't even come up with a name of one. Like I only remember Martinsville, Bristol, South Bend, and like a couple more oval only tracks. Like of course I remember shit like Daytona, but that's it. I don't, because to me, all of these are just ovals, and they all drive roughly the same with some minor changes depending on like how long the straights are and how wide the turns can be. But it's not like enough for me to be able to know them off the top of my head. So I mean, I guess I know Richmond. I'll most likely remember what track it is when I go there.
Yeah, you'll definitely. It's a track you've raced every year. It's a track that's been around since 2021. So. I think you raced there at least once. So
maybe so.
All right. Well, thank you, Eris. Hopefully your performance will be better. Of course, with track loans, that's one of your. I think it's one of your favorite tracks. I don't know. Could be.
I find it interesting. It's how do I say this? It's weird. I mean, it's that kind of track it's like a short, and it's interesting. I wouldn't say that it's enjoyable all the time, but it's for sure like an interesting track to run.
It's definitely a track of its time.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
it's like our little Monaco.
Yeah. Essentially, we would never run a track like it today.
Outdated as shit, but we refuse to let go of it.
Yep.
It would be like if Indy was still made of bricks. That shit would be terrible.
That would be. It'd be fun to watch though. All right.
What's wrong, Indy?
No, he was talking about if Indianapolis is still made of bricks, like fully.
No, we're gonna bricks.
Brick Indy. All
Yeah,
right,
we're doing great.
we got one more driver to talk to, as far as finishers, and that is going to be Jason, the Indiana native here. So in a way, this is another one of his home tracks. Did actually at one point think about moving here, though I think those plans have since changed. So I'm not quite dodging you because of that. But overall, I don't know. What is your impression on the track, Jason?
It kind of good, but I kind of need more improvement when we're coming back to the track again.
All right.
Apparently, I just spun out twice in a row during this race. So, yeah, but overall, I got a top 10, so not bad.
All right, there, Jason. I hope that you can have a stronger performance in the coming races. We will do Stock I-4 this Sunday, as that's being delayed. And speaking of Sunday, there's a lot more to talk about, but hope to see you also perform stronger when it comes to Richmond. That's going to be in a couple of weeks. But on to Sunday's scheduling. So we were originally going to race the Stock I-4s tomorrow, but out of consideration for the 24 hours of Le Mans, we're going to race on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. ESPST, or if you live on the East Coast, that's 1 p.m. That'll be the first feature. That'll be at Plymouth. Don't know if we'll have enough people to race, but seeing how today went, I'm fairly hopeful. As long as we got 3 people, we'll run a race. That's just the Stock I-4 way. So, pretty much guaranteed a podium, so keep that in mind. And then following that, at 12 p.m. USPST, we'll be seeing the Formula Micro feature here. The Formula Micros are the fastest oval class here, I believe. They tend to be on the short tracks. And finally, the closing feature of the weekend, if we could finally get it going, we're going to be doing the Super Indies. They're going to be at Northwest Ohio. Hopefully, we'll have a field. 40-lap feature. Not to mention also there will be a 500 Robux bonus. We're not sure how that's going to be distributed, but if you do want a chance to get 500 Robux, that's probably going to be distributed throughout the field. I don't know yet. So, if you want a piece of that pot, come to Sunday's race. I think it's going to be a pretty darn good show. I think it'll be pretty exciting. So, with that in mind, thank you guys for watching today. This race actually was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, and we had like 2 or 3 qualifying sessions. So, it took a while to get this one going, but it finally did get going. It was a good show. I think this track is worthy on the schedule. It just needs a good size field, and today did prove that. I'd also like to thank SBMS for making this entire deal possible. Again, if you want to get a copy of this track, you can. You can do whatever you want with it. Run a race. I can see a lot of series running on this place because, me personally, regardless of how it dries, it seems to put up a pretty darn good show. So, with that being said, see you in the rest of the weekend. Again, next week we're going to Richmond, and then not next week actually. Next week is a off week. I'm going to Laguna Seca. So 2 weeks from now we'll be going to Richmond. That's gonna be pretty fun to watch, and then after that we'll be doing the Patriot Grand Prix. Now, one thing I would like to announce, I believe the historic race will be canceled. There's just not attendance. I just do not believe we have the right attendance to get that race going. It seems like signups have generally been on low. We will try to do the first inaugural race of the All-American Stock Car Series, which is Fox Buddies. That will be racing on what would be about the same time. Well, actually, it's going to be racing at 2 p.m. on Sunday. So that will be replacing both Stadium Super Trucks and the historic race. Now, we will be doing the historic race in SNGP, or at least doing an actual attempt of it. And probably next year, the GT1 feature will come back. But it's just our current resources do not allow that to come. So if you are still watching, just bear with me on that. So Thank you guys for watching. We will, and also the All-American Series will be on the road course, just for that race. So, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys on Sunday, and enjoy the Le Mans race.
You guys suck.